Good morning, second year students. Today I shall be continuing with the earlier lecture which I am giving on Lord of the Flies, the novel written by William Golding. As we have already discussed the five chapters, so today I'll be discussing the sixth chapter. And now, sixth chapter is entitled as a Beast from the Air. Yesterday we discussed Beast from the Water, but today I shall be discussing Beast from the air. Now, see, as the title itself is very obvious. Now, Sam and Eric, they have been given duty to look after the signal fire. So, during night time, when there is, airplanes battle is taking place in the sky, everybody goes to sleep. Even Sam and Eric, who have been there for their duty, even they go to sleep. So when they wake up in the morning, it's very when they wake up in the morning and because it's not very clear, so there is a bit darkness also, so it's time of dawn. So when they happen to see a dead pilot, but because he's having the parachute, so they just mistake him to be a beast, and they run and go to Ralph and other big ones, and they want to they inform all these boys that they have again, they have seen a beast on the island. So Ralph, who wants all these boys to be rescued from the island, and he never wants all these little ones to be scared, and even the big ones. So he always wants them to be in a group, because he wants them to be in a group, so that everybody takes care of each other. And he has given various duties to different boys and different groups. So again, time and again, he's very annoyed. He's uh, especially annoyed with Jack, because Jack, he doesn't agree with all the viewpoints of Ralph, because he himself, he's the main, he's the contender. He wants to become a leader, and he never accepts Ralph to be his leader, because he himself wants to become a leader, and he wants to be a leader with power, with violence, with savagery. Whereas uh, Ralph stands for, what you say, civilization. He stands for peace. He stands for order, and because naturally here the elders are not there to look after them, so in a way he is the one who acts elderly, who believes in the power of leadership with the group, individual who gets the identity in a group. But uh, um, you know on the contrary, you see that Jack, he just dislikes all the ideas of Ralph, because he never, whenever the little ones and the children, sorry, these young boys, they are working in discipline, he wants them to come along with them and go for hunting and go for violence. And he's most of the time, even in this chapter we find, he goes on troubling Piggy, and he generally is being violent towards Piggy, and they even break his glasses, so which is very much disliked by what you say, Ralph and Simon and Piggy. They all know about his what you say, misdeeds. Now these Ralph, because he's the leader, so when he's being told that there is a beast which is existing on this island, so it is now his moral duty that Sam and Eric, the twins, they have come and informed them. So now it becomes his moral duty to go and search for the beast. But here you will see that Jack is not much interested, because he knows, he is very clever, and he knows that there is no such beast. Okay, but because Ralph is the one who wants to solve the problems of the little ones. So he wants to go and search for the beast. So he has to follow, Jack has to follow Ralph, because otherwise all the, because every time he's the contender for becoming a leader, so he thinks that these boys will misunderstand me, and they'll have a very wrong idea about my leadership. So how will I succeed? So just he is not from his heart, he wants to help anybody, he wants to rescue. So just to show off that okay, I am also accompanying Ralph, so he also follows Ralph in search of the beast. So they both agree to search the island, and Piggy stays behind to look after the little ones. Actually, the all the young boys are called as the little ones. Now something very interesting. At the far tip of the island, these big ones find a rock formation, and Jack calls it to be the castle. Now, see, when they find that castle, now how does Jack's mind work? Jack feels that this is the castle, this is the fort where I will stay along with these boys and I will become the leader. Okay, so he has all these things in his mind. He doesn't think from the point of view of rescuing or point of view of helping others. He thinks only from his view of how will I power manage these little ones. So now all these boys, they think, and especially Ralph, that this is the hideout of the beast. Ralph, as the leader, volunteers to search it, and Jack follows. Jack and the big ones want to stay and play at the fort, but Ralph says that he has to go in search of the beast towards the mountain. Now, here one more thing is important. Now, there are a few questions, which you could work on. That what comes down from the sky? So now, now this chapter also you will find symbolism. Now there is a beast, or there is a dead pilot who comes up from the air. 10 miles up the air, there is what you say, war, and everything is going on. So the parachuter who is dead, he comes down. So now he is the man who has come from, he is symbolic of civilization. But now what happens here? He also represents the violence. Okay, so this is what we have to connect to. So because the sixth chapter also, because it is much about what you say, death, violence. But here one more thing simultaneously which goes on, that Ralph always wants to have peace. He always wants the fire to be lit, and he always wants that any ship or any plane passes by, so when they see the fire signal, so they have to be rescued. Okay, so and he wants to help the little one, so that is why he's in search of the beast. So who goes in the search of beast, if we question? So Ralph, Jack, and the others. Okay, now generally this chapter is titled as Beast from the Air. So you have to describe the beast. Now the beast also is very symbolic. Okay, so today I shall end my lecture here, and thank you for today. Tomorrow I shall be discussing the seventh chapter.